You know, in a game with literally hundreds of champions, the biggest question you're probably asking is, where do I spend my precious resources? I mean, picking the wrong champion can set you back for weeks. So how do you decide who to max out next? Let's break down the strategy from one of the game's top minds.
It's a stressful question, isn't it? We all get that little bit of anxiety, that fear of wasting books and energy on a champion who just ends up collecting dust in the vault. But what if there was a clearer path? A kind of blueprint for building a powerful roster of epic champions that you'll actually use everywhere.
And that's where a guy like Ash comes in. He's a raid content creator who's pretty much seen and done it all with nearly every epic in the game. So, what we've done is taken his expert advice and distilled it into a simple, strategic guide to help you pinpoint the absolute must-have epics for your account.
Okay, before you can even dream about those big, flashy damage numbers, you gotta think about surviving. Ash's picks really show that the first step to a great team isn't massive damage. It's all about building an unbreakable foundation. And that starts with two critical support roles. Let's dive into the one that really sets you up for success. Think of a great debuffer as the key that unlocks your entire team's potential. Seriously, by weakening the enemy, they make every single champion you have that much better, helping you hit way harder and survive way longer. It's just one of those roles you absolutely cannot skip, and Ash has a very clear favorite.
For Ash, the answer is Stagnite, and he says it's his personal favorite debuffer in the entire game. And when you look at his kit, it's just so obvious why. He cripples the entire enemy team by dropping their defense and their attack in one big AoE move. Then, he controls their speed with the debuff on his basic A1 skill, and he even passively boosts your whole team's accuracy, which makes everyone's job easier. Throw in a super fast base speed of 107, and you've got a one-man wrecking crew of debuffs.
Alright, so your debuffer is in place, softening up the enemy. Now you need that second pillar of your foundation, the champion that makes sure your team can take a massive punch and get right back in the fight. A top-tier reviver can be the only thing standing between a sweet victory and a really frustrating defeat.
Now check this out, because this number is just nuts. According to Ash, Ursula the Mourner has one of the strongest revives in the entire game, and that includes the legendaries. She doesn't just bring your team back from the brink. She brings them back with a massive 75% health, a turn meter boost, and a whole bunch of powerful defensive buffs. That's not a revive, that's like hitting the reset button on the entire fight.
Okay, so your foundation is solid. Your team is tough, they're not going down easy. Now, for the fun part. How do you actually win? You need champions who can control the battlefield and, when the moment is right, just end the fight. These are your finishers.
Let me tell you, there are very few phrases in this game as powerful as this one. An ability like this is the ultimate delete button. It's capable of taking even the toughest, tankiest opponent and just erasing them from the battlefield. And for an epic champion to have this, it's incredibly rare.
And the epic who wields this incredible power is Inquisitor Shamael. He is the only epic champion who can pull this off. With just 3 buffs on him, his attack completely bypasses enemy defenses, letting him one-shot almost anything. But, as Ash points out, that's not even his most valuable trick. His passive, which instantly removes fear and true fear from your team, makes him one of the absolute best and most wanted counters for the Hydra Clan boss in the entire game.
So besides just raw damage, the other way to finish a fight is to just not let the enemy play at all. This is called control. Now, stun is a total shutdown. They just lose a turn. But provoke is a bit more strategic. You're forcing an enemy into a weak, predictable attack. And when it comes to provoke, Ash says there's one champion who stands head and shoulders above the rest.
Meet Scramus. Ash calls him the best epic provoker in the game, and he adds it's not even that close. The synergy in his kit is just beautiful to watch. He lands an AoE provoke on a super fast cooldown, forcing everyone to hit him. Then he counterattacks every single one of them, stealing the turn meter and giving himself a chance to stun them right after the provoke wears off. He can single-handedly lock down and just dismantle entire teams. It's crazy.
So, we've looked at debuffers, revivers, massive damage dealers, and lockdown controllers. But how does this all fit together into a strategy you can actually use? Well, it all boils down to a simple, repeatable investment blueprint.
And this right here is the core takeaway, the blueprint for your account. You gotta build your teams with purpose. First, secure a top-tier debuffer like Stagnite to control the fight from the start. Second, add that indispensable support, like Ursula, to make sure you can never truly be knocked out.
And then, and only then, once your foundation is rock solid, you go find your game-winning finishers, whether that's the pure power of Shamael or the lockdown control of Screamus.
If you follow this blueprint, you can be confident that every single investment you make is pushing your account forward. You'll be building teams that aren't just powerful, but resilient and smart. So, looking at your own roster through this new lens, the only real question left is, which epic champion will you build next?